going to start with a new chapter, and that is transport in plants. So in this chapter we'll discuss about the different ways the fluids or anything that can be get transported between cells or between different parts of the plant as well. So we'll talk about osmosis, diffusion, facilitated diffusion, and all that other processes. So first let's learn about the things that need to be transported. So things that need to get or to be transported. So we have the first one, which is water. Water needs to be transported all to different parts of the plant as well. The next thing are minerals, water, minerals, as well as food. So water, minerals, food, and we know that there are various blood vessels that can help to, or not blood vessels, but like xylem and phloem. So we know that there is for water and minerals there is the vascular tissues. So for water and minerals we have xylem, and for food we have phloem. So these are the two vascular tissues that we have for transportation of these three substances. So water, minerals, and food. Now there are actually two kinds of transport. The first one is short distance transport, and then the long distance transport. As the name suggests, short distance transport is when the transport takes place between cells, or it can take place between short distances in the plant body. So it is based mostly by diffusion. So this particular type of transport is mostly by diffusion. It occurs mostly by this process called diffusion, which we'll discuss later. And it can also take place by the help of cytoplasmic streaming. So we know what we call cytoplasmic streaming. It is actually called as cyclosis. So it is basically the movement of the cytoplasm within a cell. So these are the two ways the short distance transport can take place. Then we have long distance transport. So the long distance transport takes place by certain vascular tissues, like we have discussed, that is xylem and phloem. So for xylem we have water and some minerals. For phloem we have the food. And this particular process of transportation of water, minerals, and food is known as translocation. Translocation. This is also a very important term that we need to know. That's translocation. So this is the short distance transport and the long distance transport. Now there are various means of the transport as well. So let's talk about the means of transport. By what means these materials can be transported? So the means of transport can be active or passive. As the name suggests, active, we all know what is active process. It takes place with the expenditure of ATP molecules, that is energy. So ATP has to be, it is required. ATP required for the active means of transport. Now the active means of transport can take place against the concentration gradient. Can take place against concentration gradient. So first we need to know what exactly is the term concentration gradient mean. Basically, the concentration gradient is the difference in the concentration of a substance. So, for example, there is a lower concentration and higher concentration. The difference between those both concentration of a substance is known as the concentration gradient, and bigger the difference is, then the steeper the concentration gradient is, and the faster the molecules will move. So, or molecules will move or diffuse. So, this is what concentration gradient is. It's just basically the difference. So active process can take place against the concentration gradient, and active process is very sensitive to factors like very sensitive to temperature. So it's very sensitive to temperature as well as some inhibition factors. Inhibition factors. We'll learn about inhibition later, but this is what active means of transport, the characteristics of this kind of transport, that is ATP is required. It can take place against the concentration gradient, and it's very sensitive to these factors. And then we have passive transport. As the name suggests, we all know that there is absence of ATP, so no ATP required. So there is no ATP required in the case of passive transport, and mostly in passive transport, the fluid or these materials, they get transported from higher concentration to lower concentration. So higher concentration to lower concentration. So always the particles will move from higher concentration to lower concentration in the case of passive transport. So this is one thing. The next thing is that this passive process is so sensitive to temperature and other factors like the inhibition factors. Other factors. So it's very sensitive to these kind of factors. It's not sensitive. This is active process is sensitive, but passive transport is not so sensitive. So it's not sensitive to these factors, whereas active transport is very sensitive to these kind of factors. So here we learned about the means of transport, active transport and passive transport. Here ATP is required, here no ATP required. This active transport can take place against concentration gradient. So we'll write what is concentration gradient here. So let's write, we can tell that it's the difference between the concentration. So it's a difference in the concentration. So it's a difference in the concentration of a particular substance. Now the bigger the difference is, so bigger the difference, then the steeper the concentration gradient is. And if the difference is bigger and the concentration gradient is also very steeper, then what happens is the molecules will diffuse very fast. Molecules move or diffuse fast. They diffuse very fast. So This is about the concentration gradient that we're talking about in the case of active transport. And the sensitivity also, we've seen that active process is very sensitive to temperature and imbibition factors. Passive transport is not so sensitive to temperature and other factors. So in this video we discussed about the introduction to the chapter that is transporting plants. So we have seen the things that need to be transported: water, minerals and food. Short distance transport and long distance transport. So cytoplasmic streaming is actually cyclosis. This is also a very important term. Cyclosis is basically the movement of the cytoplasm within a cell. So cytoplasmic streaming. Long distance transport is by what we call as vascular tissues, xylem and phloem, and this process is known as translocation. Then we talked about the different means of transport and also some things about the concentration gradient. So in this video we talked about some introduction to the chapter transporting plants.